Under the studio's bright lights, Robert De Niro's face took on a softer glow, his intense features mellowed by the warmth. The room was alive with anticipation, as if everyone sensed that something out of the ordinary was about to happen. Seated with calm composure, De Niro faced the host, exuding a quiet self-assurance. The atmosphere was thick with curiosity, as viewers waited to see where the conversation would lead. Cameras captured every nuance, broadcasting De Niro's presence into millions of homes. In the control room, producers watched intently, well aware that his remarks often sparked headlines. Known for his sharp critiques of Donald Trump, De Niro surprised many by taking on a more hopeful and composed tone. His thoughtful gestures hinted at a message deeper than usual. He spoke openly about the nation's deep political rifts, recognizing the pain and frustration felt by so many. Still, he insisted that ultimately decency and goodness would triumph over division and anger. De Niro highlighted the urgent need for leaders who show empathy and kindness, a notable shift from his usual fiery approach. He explained that real leadership is rooted in understanding and compassion, not force. He argued with conviction that empathy is the cornerstone of effective governance and a thriving society, stressing that without it, communities can't heal or prosper. Empathy, he said, is what unites people, even when they disagree. While acknowledging the country's many struggles, De Niro expressed steadfast faith in America's core values, fairness, justice, and the belief that people can unite for the greater good. De Niro admitted he found it difficult to relate to Trump supporters, but he made it clear he wouldn't focus on division or bitterness. Instead, he aimed to bridge divides through understanding. Rather than dwelling on what separates Americans, he spoke about the need for unity and his belief that, when faced with a choice, people would choose compassion over anger. His words were a sincere plea for a return to decency and respect in public life, urging everyone to treat each other with dignity, no matter their political stance. He called on Americans to rise above daily political strife and imagine a future where differences are discussed civilly and hope replaces cynicism. Even in disagreement, he encouraged viewers to keep faith in people's fundamental goodness, urging everyone to seek common ground and shared humanity. De Niro's message painted a rare, optimistic picture of a more united country, one where empathy, respect, and hope guide the way, inspiring viewers to believe in a brighter future. When asked directly about Trump, De Niro didn't mince words. He spoke with a candor that has become his trademark, refusing to shy away from controversy or soften his stance for the sake of diplomacy. He declared his opposition was personal, rooted in character, not just politics. For De Niro, it wasn't simply about party lines or policy disagreements. It was about the fundamental qualities he believes a leader should possess. De Niro repeated his view that Trump was unfit for leadership, using blunt language. He didn't hesitate to call out what he saw as a lack of integrity and empathy, emphasizing that these traits are non-negotiable for anyone in the nation's highest office. He stressed that America needs leaders with genuine empathy and concern for all citizens. De Niro argued that a true president must be able to understand the struggles of everyday people, to listen and respond with compassion, not just rhetoric. De Niro's call for compassionate leadership was clear. A president must serve the public good, not personal interests. He insisted that the office demands selflessness, and that the nation deserves someone who puts the needs of the people above their own ambitions. Then he made headlines by discussing Melania Trump, hinting at her private unhappiness. De Niro suggested that behind the scenes, the First Lady's life was far from the glamorous image often portrayed in the media. He claimed she felt trapped and had confided in others about her struggles. According to De Niro, Melania's experience was a reflection of the personal toll that Trump's leadership style could take on those closest to him. These remarks, delivered seriously, painted a picture of a First Lady hiding sadness behind a public smile. De Niro's words suggested a deeper emotional struggle, one that resonated with viewers and added a human dimension to the political drama. De Niro argued that Trump's character issues affected not just politics, but his own family. He implied that the consequences of poor leadership extend beyond policy. They impact personal relationships and the well-being of loved ones. By sharing these claims, De Niro made the feud deeply personal. He wasn't just criticizing a president. He was highlighting the ripple effects of character flaws on those within Trump's inner circle. His statements sparked immediate controversy and debate. News outlets and social media exploded with reactions as people weighed in on both the substance and the tone of De Niro's comments. The interview's most dramatic moment was his portrayal of Melania's alleged private pain. It was a powerful reminder that behind every public figure, there are personal stories and struggles that often go unseen. De Niro's interview set off an immediate firestorm, sending shockwaves through both Hollywood and the political world. The actor's words, sharp and unfiltered, quickly became the talk of the nation, with social media buzzing and news outlets scrambling to cover every angle. At Mar-a-Lago, Trump watched the broadcast unfold, his expression shifting from disbelief to visible anger as De Niro's comments grew more pointed. The former president, never one to shy away from confrontation, was clearly rattled by the personal nature of the remarks. Without hesitation, Trump grabbed his phone and fired off a series of furious social media posts. He unleashed a barrage of insults at De Niro, calling him out by name and dismissing the claims about Melania as outright lies, designed only to stir up controversy and damage his reputation. In public appearances, Trump doubled down, labeling De Niro a has-been desperate for relevance. He painted the actor as bitter, unreliable, and out of touch with reality, suggesting that De Niro's career was long past its prime. The feud between the two men, already a recurring feature of public life, now reached a new and deeply personal level. Their rivalry, once confined to barbed comments and award show speeches, had exploded into a headline-grabbing spectacle. By bringing Melania into the fray, De Niro had crossed a line that Trump considered sacred. The former president responded with fierce determination, vowing to protect his family from what he called vicious and baseless attacks. The fallout was immediate and intense. Headlines blared across the country, and pundits on every network debated whether De Niro's remarks were a bold act of truth-telling or a reckless step too far. The nation seemed split, with passionate arguments on both sides. Sensing an opportunity, Trump used the controversy to energize his base. At rallies, he railed against what he called Hollywood elites and a biased media, framing himself as a victim of relentless, unfair attacks from the entertainment industry. He portrayed his family as targets of unwarranted scrutiny, insisting that the attacks were not just political, but deeply personal. The Trumps, he claimed, were being unfairly dragged into the spotlight for the sake of ratings and headlines. The public spectacle reignited their long-standing rivalry, now fueled by personal accusations and emotional responses from both camps. The story dominated news cycles, with every new statement dissected and debated. The incident quickly became a flashpoint in the ongoing culture war, symbolizing the deep divisions between Hollywood and conservative America. Supporters and critics alike took to the streets and social media, each side rallying behind their champion. Both men refused to back down. Trump and De Niro each issued strong statements to the press, doubling down on their positions and ensuring that the feud would not fade quietly into the background. The nation watched, captivated, as the worlds of celebrity and politics collided in dramatic fashion. The saga became more than just a personal dispute. It was a reflection of the cultural and political battles shaping America today. Amid the controversy, a new official portrait of Melania Trump was released. The photograph showed her in the White House, exuding strength and seriousness in a sharp business suit. Her direct gaze and firm posture projected confidence and control. The setting, with the Washington Monument in the background, anchored her in the nation's capital. Photographer Regine Maho crafted the image to signal sophistication and authority. This portrait marked a clear evolution from Melania's earlier, softer image. Now she appeared all business, determined and focused. The timing of the release seemed designed to counter De Niro's narrative. While critics described her as unhappy, her official image told a story of power and poise. The portrait was a silent rebuttal, presenting her as a strong, independent First Lady. It anchored her public identity, separate from political drama. Melania's new image declared she was in control of her own story. Despite her public role, Melania Trump's top priority remains her son, Barron. With Barron now attending NYU, Melania splits her time between Washington, D.C. and New York City. This bi-coastal lifestyle allows her to support Barron's transition to college while fulfilling her First Lady duties. In private moments, she's simply a mother, listening, advising, and focusing on her son's well-being. Melania's commitment to family is unwavering, shaping her daily life. She also spends time at the family's South Florida home, providing a retreat from public scrutiny. This arrangement is a deliberate choice to maintain a strong family unit. By separating public responsibilities from private time, she shields Barron from intense media attention. Her actions reflect a consistent priority, family first, even amid the pressures of public life. Melania's careful planning demonstrates her ability to manage multiple roles with clarity and purpose. Melania Trump's life is a constant balancing act. She juggles high-profile public events with private moments as a wife and mother. One day she's hosting dignitaries, the next she's flying to New York to see Barron. In the White House, she's a focused professional reviewing initiatives and making decisions. Later, she softens during video calls with her son, shifting seamlessly between roles. Melania has publicly stated her priorities: mother first, then First Lady, then wife. By setting clear expectations, she signals her commitment to both family and country. Her approach reflects a modern understanding of public service. Personal and professional lives must coexist. This balance shapes her schedule and public image. Many working women relate to her challenge, though hers is uniquely public. Melania's ability to manage these worlds demonstrates strength and focus. She's not just fulfilling a role, she's redefining it on her own terms. Melania Trump has embraced a hands-on, visible role as First Lady, especially during crises. She often visits disaster-stricken areas, engaging directly with those affected. Recently, she comforted hurricane victims, speaking with residents and offering support. A touching moment saw her kneeling to reassure a young girl who'd lost her home. She also consoled an elderly woman in Slovenia, forging a personal connection. These actions go beyond symbolism. They show genuine empathy and presence. Melania's approach aligns with her goal to help the country heal and unite. She believes in being physically present, not just issuing statements from afar. Her active engagement sends a message. She's invested in Americans' well-being. Melania's compassionate style defines her public service: action, presence, and empathy. Entering her second term, Melania Trump exudes confidence and readiness. She describes the transition as more organized, with a clear sense of direction. No longer a newcomer, she's prepared to launch initiatives quickly and effectively. Her focus is on national restoration, healing divisions, rebuilding communities, and fostering unity. Melania's vision is forward-looking, aiming to move beyond past conflicts. Her new portrait's professionalism matches her ambitious agenda. She's not just occupying the role, she's shaping it with her own priorities. Her experiences have prepared her to contribute meaningfully to the nation's challenges. By balancing family and public service, she presents a modern, multifaceted First Lady. Melania's message is clear. She's ready to lead and help guide the nation toward a brighter, more unified future.